defend, or you could bet a game. I would try 3. If I'm not converting the double, I'm going to bid 3 now and see if I can get my 9 tricks, which I, get. I mean, a little risk perhaps to 3 no if partner doubled kind of light, but there's one other thing I'm thinking about here in making my decision. Can anybody think of what might sway you one way or the other if you were weighing bidding no trump versus passing?
Points you could get no trump versus just penalties.
Well, that's the path I'm going down, and what would influence that? Vulnerability. If you're vulnerable and they're not.
And they're not?
Yeah. Let's say that, yeah. The opponents are not. So if you end up defending 2 hearts double, and they are non-full,
It's not.
and you are full, and you think you might make 3 no, well, you'd be in line for a 600, but that means you've got to set 2 hearts double 4 tricks to get your 800 to make it better. Do you feel like there's that much defense? There might be, but not only does the defense have to be there, you also have to not screw it up, right? I mean, it may take double dummy defense to beat this thing 800. On the other hand, if everybody's not vulnerable, all you need is 500 to make it better than a game you would have, right? So I would actually look at the vulnerability, and I'd also be considering the format too. I mean, am I playing match points? Am I playing teams? And if I were playing teams and I were vulnerable, and I brought back, hey, we doubled them in 2 hearts and it went down 2 tricks, and we collected 300. And then at the other table, they just played 3 no, making 3 for 600. You just lost a bundle of imps. You actually just lost like 10 imps on that board, or 9 imps, I think. Yeah, but that would be a bad result. So, you have a decision to make, and it's not automatic. I would hope that if partner were balancing with a double at unfavorable vulnerability, that this wouldn't be too much of a stretch, right? That partner wouldn't do this with just some 9 or 10 count at the wrong vulnerability. Whereas at the right vulnerability, that's where partner might be a little lighter, right? Because they don't know. I mean, all they know is they're short in hearts and they can support any of the suits, right? They don't know that you have a big stack of trump over there. It could be a possibility, right? But they don't know. And even if you have hearts, what if they're not this good, right? What if your hearts are jack 5th instead of ace jack 5th, right? Well, now the defense isn't as good, right? I mean, the weak 2 bidder could have a maximum that could be ace king queen. Or it could be 2 of those honors and the other honor shows up, singleton ace or king or something in the dummy, where their partner couldn't raise them, but their trump suit is actually pretty well filled out. Lots of things to think about. All right, what about 3? I don't know if I'm gonna write these all up here. Do you have the worksheet? Okay, so in this hand, you were a responder. Partner opened a diamond. You responded a heart. And then the advancer came in and overcalled a spade. Now I know we're getting into this in mere minutes, but this is a support double. So partner showed you 3 hearts. Probably should have put that on the worksheet just so you know for sure that it was in fact a support double. Okay, so what do you do when this double comes back around? 2 diamonds? Anybody else?
Better, I recalculate every vulnerability, every table, who's playing at it, how many, and then I bid 7 no trump. Thank you.
I see.
That's the way to do it.
So I think you should bid diamonds here if you are known to be in a 4-3 heart fit and your hearts are that weak. just Jack 10, 9, 8.
Right.
But partner did open a diamond, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know for a fact that partner has at least 4 diamonds here, right? How do we know for a fact that partner has 4 diamonds? That partner could not have opened a 3-card diamond suit on this auction. Do you agree with me that partner guarantees 4 diamonds?
The probability says that it is, but.
All right, so there's only one hand pattern where partner opens a 3-card diamond suit, right?
It's pretty flat.
And that's when they're 4-4 in the majors, right? 4-4-3-2, 4-4 majors, 3 diamonds, 2 clubs. What do you have to open with that hand? You have to open a diamond because it's your longer minor and you don't have a 5-card major. Well, if partner had that hand pattern, would they be doubling or would they be raising your hearts? They'd be raising your hearts, I hope. So since that's a 4-3 fit and diamonds is at least a 4-4 fit, and partner could have a 5th diamond for all we know, right? And your diamonds are also a lot better. So I think this hand's gonna play quite a bit better in diamonds than in hearts. So rather than risk playing in the 4-3 heart fit when there's a better alternative, I think you should offer 2 diamonds. If you had a 5th heart, or even if your hearts were better, then maybe you'd be content to play in the major and pig out for the match points here, playing in the major. But I think with ace, king, 4th of diamonds, I think it's pretty clear to go back to diamonds. So. All right, let's actually, this next one, I will put the auction up because it's more, it's a longer, drawn out auction. And you are going to be the opener this time. So you are the one who opens 1 diamond with that 4x1 hand that we see. Your partner responds a heart. Your right hand opponent now bids 2 clubs. Well, this is perhaps unexpected, right? Mm-hmm. Clubs is arguably your best suit. If you were thinking about bidding 2-no, that is incorrect here. What does the free 2-no show? Similar hand, but about a king better. Yeah, that should be 18-19. All right, and you can't raise partners. You can't raise partners' hearts, right? Because you have singles and king.
You can't repeat.
Well, Cupid would be game forcing. All right. So you may not like it, but the correct bid is pass here, which is shown on your sheet, right? That wasn't the quiz. All right, now your partner is going to be a good partner and not just sell out here. They're going to balance with a double. So what do you think now? You might look at the vulnerability, but I think the prospects of defending are pretty good here, aren't they? Mm-hmm. So this is double. I would definitely lean toward converting this double. You could bid 2-no, but I think I want to defend. But I'll look at the vulnerability.
Okay, tell us which way is better on the vulnerability.
You know, this one I'm probably going to convert all the time. Because partners double is not necessarily showing much in the way of extra values. As long as partner has club shortness and can play wherever you want to play, it's probably a good idea to balance with a double. I mean, if I had a singleton club, I would balance with a double with 7 or 8 points here. So that's good enough to balance, but we may not want to bid a game here. So you have 2 sure trump tricks. You have shortness in partner suit. Partner bid a heart, right? So if it's kind of a misfit hand for you, that would suggest that defending will be attractive. Of course, the next question is if you leave the double in and let them squirm around in 2 clubs doubled, what do you lead? Any votes?
Queen diamonds?
I would lead queen of diamonds. King of hearts is okay. We don't know how good partner's hearts are. So, you know, if partner, I mean, you might want to unblock that heart relatively early on the hand. You know, start with queen of diamonds, and partner will know you have a sequence there. And then probably, and then, you know, maybe partner will get in before you and put a heart through, or maybe you know, I mean, it's probably fine to table the king of hearts. I mean, partner is certainly a favorite to have the ace or the queen, and as long as partner has the ace or the queen, this definitely doesn't cost. And even if declare has the ace of hearts, they very well may be dropping your singleton king anyhow. So that's probably not going to give away a trick. And you might actually score a heart ruff on this hand. But usually when you have trump length, you want to lead your longest, strongest suit, not your short suit. Because you shouldn't be looking for ruffs on this hand. You may get one, but you don't. But if you ruff twice, now you're just sacrificing a natural trump trick at that point, right?
Right.
Which you probably don't want to do. So, yeah. So I think I'd convert. Less certainty that we would have a game our way. What about that last hand? And by the way, that redouble was a support redouble, which we're going to talk about here in a bit. All right. So even if partner has the hand there is your responder, right? You have a full opening hand with 5 hearts to the ace king. So if partner, even with a minimum opening hand, if you know partner has 3 hearts, doesn't it look like 4 hearts is the spot? In some ways, this auction makes it easier for you to get to game because if the opponents didn't interfere, you wouldn't have support double or redouble available to you, right? And now you'd have to conceivably, you could go through new minor forcing or forcing. You'd have to have another round of bidding and figure out where which game is the right game. And so here with only king double to the diamonds and a no 8-card heart fit, I think hearts is definitely going to be superior to no trump here. It certainly sounds that way. All right, well, anybody have any questions on any of these, or are we ready for some new stuff? All right, we, and by the way, on that second handout, the various doubles, there's at least one on there that we will not be talking about today. I don't think we'll have time. And we may not get to spend a whole lot of time on one of them, but we'll try and at least get the core stuff covered. And I think we do want to spend a good chunk of time talking about the support double, which I believe to be one of the most important conventions you can play. And if you care, so does Steve Robinson. I don't know if you've ever come across Washington Standard, book that's been around for a long time, and it's really just a full 2-over-1 system. But in his introduction, oddly enough, Robinson has his little introductory remarks, and he says, because he knows that this is a big, thick book, basically a big, thick system manual, so he knows that you might not actually read it cover to cover. And he says, if you only read 2 sections in this book, read the section on support doubles and read the section on Smith Echo. Smith Echo's defensive treatment against no trump. That one might be a little surprising, but he actually makes a very good case about the importance of Smith Echo. But support doubles are very much a priority. Even if you forget to alert them. Not that that has happened. I like to present the support double with an example.